All right, so first thing first, what we're going to do first is to get the software we're going to use for our live streaming. All right, we need to get it downloaded and then get it installed. So before we begin to do our live stream, let's download the software and then install it, and then we'll begin to do the other setup. So what you're going to do right now is to come to Google. As you can see at the moment, I'm already on Google. So you go to google.com and then you type in here, either here or here, any of the box, you type in OBS. Okay, immediately you type in OBS. In fact, my browser already knew that I'm going to OBS website. So as you can see in here, it's already put in the URL, which is obsproject.com. This is actually the software we're going to be using for our live streaming. There are a whole lot of softwares out there that has been used for live streaming, and people are still using for live streaming. But the reason why we're going to be using OBS is because it's dynamic and it's also free. Most of the softwares out there requires that you pay every month to use them. I mean, why would you want to do that, especially when you could do the same thing with OBS? Okay, all right. So this is the website. If you want to download the software, just go to Google and type OBS, and then it brings you to the website, or it gives you the links that direct you to the website. So this is a website where you can download the software, and as you can see, we have the Windows version, meaning that if you're using a Windows, you can download the one for Windows. If you're using Macintosh, you can download the one for Macintosh, and if you're using Linux as well, you can also download OBS for your Linux machine. And as you can see, the latest version was released on the 26th of April. All right, it was released on the 26th of April, and you can see that the latest version is the 25.0.8. The guys that are working behind OBS keep improving and all of that. So now if you want to download it, all you need to do, for instance, I'm going to be using Windows because I'm using Windows. All right, so I'm going to be downloading the Windows version, but if you're using Macintosh or Linux, you can also download the one that works for your system respectively. All right, so I'm going to be downloading the one for Windows. So once you click on download, once you click on the Windows icon, you discover that the download starts immediately here. As you can see here, the download had already started and the thing is downloading right here. Okay, now because I already have the software on my system, I don't need to wait for the download to be over. All I just need to do is to bring up the software from my system, because I don't want to wait for it. See, it's my internet is saying it's 15 minutes and all of that. So what I'm going to do is to cancel this. But if you're downloading it, please allow this to finish downloading so you can have it on your system. Okay, allow it to finish downloading, and immediately it has finished downloading. What you will notice is that when you launch the software, you double click on the software to install it. This is actually what will come up. Okay, when you want to install the software, this is what you're going to see. Immediately it has be fully downloaded, and you double click on it to install it. It's going to ask you, do you want to install, and then this particular scene will come up. All right, so immediately this scene comes up, then the next thing you need to do is to click on next. All right, you click on next, and then it's going to ask you, do you agree with all of these things? License agreement, no problem. You click on next, and then it's going to also ask you, where do you want me to install this? By default, OBS is going to create its own folder, and then you just click on install. All right, so even though I have it installed on my system, I have to go through this process to let you see how the installation is actually done. Okay, so we're in the process of installation right now, and it's going to be done, and immediately it's done, we're going to launch the OBS so you get to see the interface and what it looks like. All right, so we're already at 70%, 80%. Before you know it, it's going to be 100%. Okay, so finally now it's approaching 100%. So OBS is fully installed. Now right now you can just launch the software. Immediately you click on finish, OBS will actually come up. All right, so without much ado, I'm going to just click on finish so you can get to see the interface of the software. You get to see what it looks like, and get familiar with it as well. All right, so voila, OBS is eventually coming up, and then before you know it, right here before your face, OBS has been launched. So this is the software we're going to be using right here. This is OBS, and this is what we're going to be using. Just a side note, if you install OBS and you click on the finish button and you did not see something like this, probably what you saw is something like this. Don't be afraid, it is still the same OBS. The only thing is that it's only showing you one view now instead of the dual view. So if what you have after installing the OBS is something like this. Do not fret. What you need to do is to come to this section, and then you click on studio mode. All right, so immediately you click on studio mode, it's going to divide the scene. You're going to have the preview mode and you're going to have the program mode. All right, so it is still the same software. The only thing is that sometimes it might bring this to you or bring the other one to you. So just in case, if you have the single mode, you can change it to the studio mode. All right, so this is the software we're going to be using for live streaming. We're going to be talking about how we can set up stuff. All right, I just wanted to get to see how to install the software, and then we're going to get to the other thing. So I'll be waiting to see you in the next class.